Hey guys, welcome to the Magfed Ranch Paintball channel, and today I'm going to be shooting a versus video. But before we get into it guys, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share, and comment. Okay guys, I got actually a really good cool video for you guys today. It's going to be a versus video comparing all the different magazines from the TiPX pistol that I have. Okay guys, so and obviously it's kind of the more popular common ones out there, from like, you know, the original TiPX magazine to their new Tru-feed 7-round magazines to their 12-round Tru-feeds, and of course to the Zeta mag Stock Pursuit Zeta mag, right, magazines. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do next guys is bring the camera in and kind of just show you the different features, different things from each magazine system to the next. Okay guys, so as you guys can see here from left to right, I have the original 7-round magazine from my TiPX pistol from, gosh, this has had to be at least 7 to 8 years ago guys, easily. And so this wasn't originally a first strike capable magazine. I modified it to work with first strike, so I'll get into that in a bit here. We have the new 7-round Tru-feed TiPX magazines that are from the factory first strike capable, and I'll show you that here guys in a second. And then guys, moving to the right, we have our 12-round Tru-feed magazine that comes, not only does, you can get these things separately, but they also do come with the long-range conversion kit that you can get for the TiPX pistols. And last but not least, we have the Stock Pursuit Zeta mags, which are, these are 10-round dual stack flip magazines, right? So in essence, once you're, empty on one 10-round stack, you flip it to the other side to another 10 rounds. Okay, guys? All right, and we'll go into that feature here in a bit. And then, of course, we have the loading tube that comes with the Zeta mags to help you depress the follower and the spring so that you can load the magazine easier. Okay, guys? All right, so let's begin at the very left beginning. Okay, like I was telling you guys, this is the original 7-round magazine that I got with my TiPX back in the day, and I don't know if this is current still now, guys. Those of you that have bought a TiPX recently, please comment. Obviously, please share that information out there. If the new TiPX comes with shape projectiles or first strike ready magazines. I know my original magazine did not, but it's fairly easy to get them first strike ready. As you guys can see here on the feeding chamber, or I guess the feeding outlet of the magazine, you just have to modify, cut out the rest of the magazine body so that way a first strike round is capable of fitting inside it. So very similar to the new Tru-feed 7-round magazine. You can see that from the factory they cut the shape out to be able to accept the shape projectile already from the factory. Even though, like I said, it doesn't look like it is, guys. It's not a complete perfect circle. It does give enough room because they were able to cut it out here at the very edges to allow the first strike round to fit into the hole now. Okay, guys? So same thing with the original magazine. If you guys have the original magazines, you guys have to just trim it like I did here. So that way the first strike round will clear the lip of the outlet there. Okay, and once you do that, it's pretty much the exact same magazine. Spring tension, guys, do not feel any better or stronger. This new magazine, the spring tension does not feel any stiffer than the old spring tension. They both lock down in place all the way to the bottom when you lock it down in place, as you can see here. This allows it to easier, to be able to be fed, loaded easier, right? So all you got to do is pull back the ramp door, right there. You can do this as well by depressing this button here, which will obviously push, retract the pretty much the loading door here, and then you can feed your rounds into the magazine. Now, of course, they will work with round ball as well too, but as you guys know, I'm not a round ball proponent here on this channel. I'm pushing towards first strike, so that's what I would use for these magazines. Okay, guys? So yeah, so in terms of the old magazines versus the new magazines, not much difference besides just them obviously cutting out the feed neck. Okay, guys? All right. Let's go to the 12-round magazines, guys, next. The 12-round magazine, you'll notice that it does have the cutout, although it's a little bit more true cutout versus the 7-round magazine, but they both work. They both feed fine. But you will notice that the detent or the outlet door, right? The blocking door here has a little different style than the original 7-round magazine. I mean, in essence, they both do the same thing, but you just notice that instead of that detent having kind of almost like little slits in it, and you can kind of see through it, the 12-round magazine is completely solid. It has no cutouts in it. They both get pressed. Obviously, they both retract when you insert the magazine into the TiPX, and then, of course, this button gets depressed, which pushes back that door and, of course, releases the spring. But like I said, the function is the same, just the looks is different. Okay, guys? Of course, also in terms of just some different things, you'll notice that the 12-round magazine also has kind of this like pull tab. It's almost kind of like the Magpul magazine editions that you can get for like your AR magazines, but it's built into the 12-round magazine. The 12-round magazine also has kind of obviously a cool kind of like grip groove, so that way you can easily grip it better. Obviously I don't know if that's really a huge deal, but kind of a cool looking feature. I think these were also designed for the TCR, and I could see that, obviously giving you another grip surface for that marker. Even with your TiPX, I guess you could hold the magazine as another grip, although that would be a really weird grip, but you could do that. But yeah, it has kind of those features built into the magazine as well too. Okay, guys? All right, and then lastly, we have the Zeta mag, which, like I told you guys, is pretty much a Z mag design or a flip mag design where, you have 10 rounds on one tube, and then, of course, in the other side of the magazine, you have another 10 rounds. It's not continuous. It's just a dual stack magazine, but you have to flip it to get all 20 rounds. They do recommend that you use this loading tube assistance device, so that way you depress the follower and the spring. You can hear it there, locked into place. And then at this point, you can feed the first strike rounds into place by just depressing. Once again, you can either manually depress the detent door back and load the first strike rounds into it as well. Or, of course, if you depress that, the magazine spring release button, and also it will pull back that door and also release a spring. However, the Zeta, the Stark Pursuit Zeta mags, they specifically state in their instructions not to allow the follower to be released without any rounds in the magazine. It probably just has to do with the fact that the design, if you just allow the spring to release without anything in place, this thing will probably slam up against the magazine, and it says that it potentially can damage the follower and spring mechanism. Spring tension wise, guys, I don't feel it being any stiffer than the Tippmann magazines, but there just must be something in that design where they say they don't want you to dry release the follower inside the magazines. Okay, guys, so loading this magazine, I would definitely use the loading rod to set the spring in place. Load it just by manually pushing this door back with like how I'm doing it here with my finger, guys, or maybe with your thumb or with your other finger, and then load the rounds like this. Because like I said, you don't want to depress that button because that's going to release the spring and obviously potentially damage the follower like they said. Okay, another cool feature of this magazine is it has obviously window cutouts that indicates how many rounds are left inside the magazine if that the spring, the follower, goes up to that point. Now obviously with the Tippmann mags you already have that clear window all alongside the magazine, but I thought this was just kind of a cool feature comparing to like real life magazines. Okay, with the 12 round magazine you have very similar as well too. It has kind of a side window here that you can see how many rounds are in the magazine. Okay, a real key note though, this is a very key thing that one of the main reasons why I wanted to shoot this video for you guys is you'll notice the follower on the Zeta mags. And if you guys have watched some of my previous magazine comparison videos, you guys will notice that this is the correct follower style that we need for our first strike shooting markers, our first strike rounds. Because you'll notice that that cutout, guys, right? That cup shape, U-shape cutout will allow the first strike round to sit on there properly without tilting, right? That prevention of the tilting is what's going to reduce and possibly prevent first strike rounds from flipping. And you guys can see here with the 7 round magazines, you'll see that this has kind of just a pretty much just stereotypical round ball follower. Okay, guys? And so the problem with that, so you'll notice that the 12 round and all the 7 round magazines have kind of just your stereotypical round ball or just tube, and that shape is going to allow the first strike round to either tip down forward, nose forward, or back end backwards. Okay, and that's going to cause potentially a flip or not a very good feed. Now you'll notice that the 12 round magazine, they started to correct that issue a little bit because obviously this magazine was designed for the TCR guys, and so obviously even in their design and testing, you'll notice that they started cupping that shape of the follower out. But like I said, the Zeta mags, the M17 magazines, the EMF 100 magazines, this is the style of follower that we need to work with first strike rounds, guys. So all you manufacturers out there, like I said, hopefully you guys, continue, researching, watching these videos that we're doing. Hopefully, you guys will realize that, hey, these are certain features that we need to make our markers more reliable and more capable with first strike rounds. Okay, guys? So, guys, yeah, that was the comparison of all the TiPX magazines. If you guys like that video, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Check you guys next time. Peace.